Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tasia, but you can also call me Tay, and welcome in. I'm so excited to have you here. I'm even more excited for today's video because it's finally time to tour Gardenia. It is complete. This is my secret enchanted garden themed island, and I'm so excited to show you guys around. I've been working on this for quite a few months now. The island has actually been done for a few weeks. I've already reset and I started a brand new island, which stay tuned till the end if you're curious to find out what that island theme is. I will be giving you guys a little sneak peek of the new island. I'm so excited about it. But today we're touring Gardenia. I'm even more excited because I just realized that this is my 10th completed island that I've ever done. So this one is pretty special. It is a big milestone of all the islands I've done. So I'm so excited to show you guys around. But before we get into touring the island, I would greatly appreciate if you guys could like and subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you guys join this community that we are building here. So let's get into the tour. Here is my island map. There is quite a lot of terraforming, but I gotta say, I actually really love how this map turned out. Typically, I don't really care how my map looks when I terraform and make builds, but this one, I really wanted the water to feel very connected and very flowy, so that was my goal, and I feel like I achieved that. Here are all of my villagers. I have Maddie, Lily, Diana, Sylvana, Poppy, Daisy, Cookie, Flurry, and Dottie. Cookie was actually moving and I never ended up changing her out. I feel like I did have Shep for a good portion of this island as I was building it, but he ended up moving out, so you know, Cookie is here to stay. But yeah, here's my island map. There's the dream address down at the bottom if you would like to visit along with me or visit in your own time. So let's finally get into touring the island. Coming out of the airport, which I have a green airport, which I absolutely love, is my island entrance. And I adore this island entrance. It's probably one of my favorites. It is very much overgrown. It's very enchanted. Also, yes, there's me. We are visiting my island through the dream because again, I've already reset this island, so we're getting two of me right here. I'm walking around in front of my house because it's on a little island here surrounded by this river. I absolutely adore this entrance. I love it so much. And like I mentioned, this island theme is a secret enchanted garden. So the storyline I came up with for this island was like you're visiting your grandmother's house, cottage, whatever you want it to be, and she actually has a little garden that she keeps on the side of her house, which we will go see in just a minute. But you visit her house and she kind of lives in a meadow and she kind of lives in the countryside, and you come across a secret gate that leads you into a secret garden. So yeah, I guess it's kind of in reference to The Secret Garden, the book, which I don't believe I've ever really read, but I just love that concept. So that is the theme for my overall island. So it's very much full of flowers and overgrown weeds and leaf petals and all the things and a bunch of really pretty terraforming. That was my overall goal for this island. Here is another little build on the left side of her house, and I just absolutely love this spot. I love it so much. Honestly, I just love all the terraforming on this island. I feel like I really went all out with the terraforming, and yeah, that was the overall goal. So coming up this way, I just put a ton of little like garden gates throughout the island, which I thought was super cute. It really fit the theme. Also, side note, none of my beaches are really done. They're all kind of just empty and have random things on them, so just ignore the beaches. But coming up this way leads to resident services. Again, I just really focused on making really cool lookouts for this island, so of course I had to make a little centerpiece for resident services. And coming down here is our first villager house. This is Lily's house. I surrounded her house with a ton of water and flowers. Because she is a frog, I really wanted it to feel kind of swamp-like, but still very much elegant and fitting the garden theme. So I put a ton of water code and flowers down here to really fit her house, and you come across here, and here is resident services. It is a dead end, so I just surrounded the whole area with more waterscaping and terraforming. This is your little sneak peek into the secret garden back there, and there's Daisy walking around. We will get over there later in the tour, but let's head back over this way and across the bridge. Alright, so coming back across the bridge, we're gonna head down here and we're gonna keep on going to the left because I'm saving the secret garden till the end. The secret garden is technically in the back of the island, so we're gonna tour all the front pieces. This is kind of just like the neighborhood section of my island. Up here we have Maddie's house, and yes, she is a little isolated up here, but you can access her house by climbing this vine, so you can come and say hello to her. Also, I did not decorate any of the villager houses. I barely even decorated my own interior, which is different for me. I typically decorate all of my interiors for my houses, but I didn't do that this time around. I did do 1 or 2 rooms, which I guess I could show you guys at the end of the tour, but I just didn't really focus on houses for this island. So continuing to the left, this is my river mouth, and I again adore this view. I just love it so much. It's a really cool view right here specifically because you get a view of Maddie and Silvana's houses kind of stacked like this right through the river. I again really love this lookout. Silvana kind of just has a little meadow themed house. Back here she has a bunch of overgrown weeds that she needs to mow, and she has a little bench back here where she can pick up her book and take a little nap or just read, and she has a little bird bath. I actually love this item so much. I definitely want to try to use it on future islands. It's such a cute item that I feel like is very underrated. But yeah, this is Silvana's house. It's super cute back here. But coming out of her yard, we have a well right here and a destination signpost and a little bucket with a puddle of water. Also this rock just spawned here and I did really like it, so I just ended up leaving it in this spot. I thought it was super cute. But when you come back here through these trees, this leads you to Silvana's little berry patch. I did do a speed build for this little section of the island, and this is where she kind of just harvests berries and she grows them and picks them and she uses them to make jars of jam, and she also sells some bread here at her little jam stand. I just thought that was super cute. Plus there is a little hidden cave back here with a deer and her baby. It does look like Bambi, but just pretend it's a regular deer and fawn. I thought that was just so cute. So this is Silvana's little berry patch. Also over here is my peninsula. I didn't really decorate it at all, but this is Cookie's house. I kind of feel bad I didn't really put anything over here. It's just something that I forgot. So yeah, we're just gonna head on this way back to the front of the island because that is basically the left side of my island. So now we're gonna go explore the grandmother's garden and the entrance to the secret garden. Okay, back here at the entrance, we're going to go to the right now. And when you head to the right, you're gonna go through these trees and I have another garden gate leading you into her garden. I wanted this to feel very overgrown and feel very magical because this is the part where you start entering the secret garden and all the whimsy is coming out of here. But this build I'm so proud of. I did do this build in a video, so if you want to see that, go check that out. I have a whole playlist of all the builds I made on this island. But this is her garden area. We got a waterfall back there, and I just wanted to create this bridge right here because this is super close to the beach and we just have a little bench right here. I didn't really do much decorating on this side. But you cross the bridge and you head over to her greenhouse. I love how this greenhouse turned out. It's super simple to do and it's just so cute. I feel like you could tuck it in anywhere on your island. So if you're wanting some kind of filler spot, I think this is a really good option. It really just comes down to about 4 items. I just used the gazebo, the flower display case, I don't know if that's the actual name, 2 storefronts, and 2 simple panels. And what's really cool about this is you could do different color variations for it. I just went with white because that was a consistent color I've been using throughout the whole island. And on the side of her little greenhouse, she has a little farm slash sprout section that she is growing some little vegetables or just flowers or whatever you want to call it. But yes, this is the grandmother's garden. Also back there you see a few more flowers. I thought that was just so cute and pretty. Yeah, I really like this section of the island. So finally, we are going to head over to the secret garden. I wanted this to feel very magical, like you're entering some kind of like overgrown hidden section where you're really not supposed to be. And this leads you to the secret garden gates. Over here I have a little gnome. I surrounded the whole area with a bunch of weeds and flowers. You can start to see the color scheme change just slightly because I wanted this to feel very special. And back here leads you to the garden entrance. I thought this was so cool. I just put 2 simple panels behind the ruined arch here, and it's just so overgrown and so magical. It's exactly what I wanted it to be, honestly. This is exactly what I envisioned for the secret garden entrance. So yeah, you just come across this and you can actually go through here. This is how you enter the garden. You just wiggle your way through the doors and it leads you into the entrance. So let's head in. I just really adore this section. So this is the entrance to the secret garden. I wanted it to feel very elegant. This is a mixture of like meadowcore, garden, and elegant core. So that's the style I was going for the secret garden itself. We have a little gazebo here in the center. I just tried to think of builds that reminded me of a garden that you would see in a museum, for example, or like a flower garden or something of that nature. So it's again very shrub filled, overgrown, very green. I have a little bit change of color scheme going on here, and I just really adore it. This was just so fun to work on. So once you enter this little courtyard here, there are 2 sections you can go to. You can either go to the right and head up those inclines, or you can go to the left, which that's the way we're going to go. And you head through the little archway and up this incline, and this leads you to the first build in the secret garden. It is a overgrown flower field. We've got some deer topiaries here. I just thought this was so perfect. I just really wanted to incorporate a lot of elegant and whimsical details for the whole island. It's just something you come across and explore. Like if you were just a child and you came across this, you would just be so excited to explore all around the gardens. So that was the idea for this build in particular. And yeah, there are 3 different ways you can go. You can either go up that incline, you can cross the bridge. Oh, and we have Flurry here in the secret garden. She's so cute. But we're gonna head to the left, I think, and we're gonna go up this incline and head this way. This is kind of a little land bridge. It's like a diagonal land bridge with these topiaries and these Turkey Day stands. I just thought that was really cool. And you head down this way, and this leads to Diana's house. She has a little tea party going on outside of her house. You can just sit down with the teddy bears, have a little tea party. This was just such a fun build to do, which, by the way, this build I made for my Instagram followers control my build video, and I absolutely love how this came out. So everything here that I did was done based on what my Instagram followers wanted me to make. And it just turned out so good. So thank you to everyone who participated in that video. I really appreciate it. I feel like this wouldn't have turned out this specific way if it wasn't for you guys. So you can hop across here and we have Diana's house. Very simply decorated, just a ton of flowers and a few butterflies floating around. It's just such a fun little build over here, but we're gonna head on this way, and this leads to my museum. Again, just a ton of terraforming going on here. I really tried to frame off each section of the island with a bunch of terraforming, so yeah. Oh, and we got the fountain going off. We got a little view of that. But this is my entrance to my museum, and this is like the butterfly garden. I just thought this was a super fun concept to do. It might look slightly different from my speed build because I did change up some of my pathing for the island. I just really fell in love with this green grass path. It just felt very magical to me. So that's what I went with for this little section of the build. I really wanted to go with a fountain centerpiece, and I really wanted it to be just very grand. And I think I managed to do that. So we just got a bunch of butterflies floating around this area. You can walk around the centerpiece and explore a little bit more, but this is probably my most favorite museum build I've ever done. Oh, excuse me, Daisy. I need to walk on by. So yeah, this is the butterfly garden. I got some small butterflies, big ones here in the front. I just absolutely love that build. Now heading to the left over here is a build that I don't think many people have seen yet unless you follow me on my Instagram, but this build I made off camera. A lot of these sections coming up I haven't really shown on camera before, so yeah, this part is kind of like a botanical garden. For this, I just wanted to make a botanical garden. There was a build that Autumn Weeds had done and I was super inspired by her, so this is my little interpretation of her build, but I wanted to make something super symmetrical, super elegant and pretty. So this is the botanical garden. We got two statues playing chess here in the little pond, and yeah, I just think this is such a cool build. I really like how it turned out. For the longest time, I was struggling with what to put in this section of the island, but I think this was definitely the way to go with it. So we got two villager houses here. I believe these houses are Dottie and Daisy's houses. They are identical. Again, just to tie into it being a very symmetrical build. And we also got a little gnome here. I have sprinkled a few gnomes around the island because there is a build that I've done that involves gnomes, so we're gonna come across that very soon. But over here I have once again another land bridge, but it's surrounded with these tiny waterfalls and these statues. I saw a build on Pinterest that I absolutely loved, and it just felt like it fit a very elegant core themed island, so I wanted to make a build very similar to it, using these waterfalls and some roses and the statues, because this whole section is almost like a statue garden as well. So I just love this land bridge, and you kind of get a really pretty view of this other courtyard that's right up ahead. So yeah, it's just a really elegant build. I'm sorry if I keep saying that, but it's just the best way to describe this island. So next we got this centerpiece. It's kind of like a hedge courtyard, I guess. You can kind of just wander your way around. We got some gnomes again. Someone dropped or left their little umbrella there, and it's just like a quiet spot, like a hedge kind of garden or maze in a way. Coming to the right over here, we got once again another little gnome tending to this flower here. And when you head through the gates over this way, this leads you to my land bridge, which is right behind the museum. Again, I did this build in a video. I did end up adding this garden wagon and this horse here because I just thought that was super cute. In the middle, we got two garden gates, and you keep on going to the right, but this is also a very symmetrical build, which I absolutely love. So once you exit the land bridge, we got some more garden gates, but you come through this way. This is surrounded by a ton of trees. We've got another little gnome here directing this horse and garden wagon. I just thought that was a super fun concept. And you exit through these little gates here, and I have some placed umbrellas. I believe this is the Daisy umbrella. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments what that umbrella name is. But I just placed those because, again, it just seemed really whimsical to me, like a giant flower. And it ties into this little build I did back here, which genuinely, whenever I look at it, it makes me smile so much because it's just so cute. We got a little gnome dancing ceremony. They're dancing around the maypole, and I just thought this was so much fun. If you were here for my live stream when I was decorating on this island, you know I was trying to make a tea party in this section, but there's just something about it I wasn't really loving, and I just thought this was a very simple build to do. It really fit the space, so I decided to go with this fun little whimsical build instead. But if you go over this bridge over to the right, this leads you to the secret library. I just had to include this in a secret garden themed island. I couldn't not include this, so I just went with a lot of the ruined pillar or ruined decorated items and a few of the books and some bookshelves. I just thought this was so fun, and again, everything is surrounded with a ton of flowers. I used the mushroom as the table in the center, and I used some stumps as little seats that you could sit down, and I just really like how this turned out. Again, another simple filler spot for your island. But now we're gonna head back out of this little section here. I just love this area so much. And we're going to keep on going to the right. This leads you back to the flower field with the deer topiaries, and we're gonna go up the incline that was here in the back. I've got a little gazebo amongst the flower fields, and this leads you to a few more villager houses. We are almost done with the tour, which is so crazy. But back here I have once again another little land bridge, and this is Flurry and Poppy's house. Flurry owns a little flower shop. Someone recommended that in my live stream of a build I could do, So I really wanted to do a flower shop, and she's growing some flowers here. She has a little greenhouse back there. And I just thought this is a super simple decor for a yard for a villager house. And this is Poppy's house back here. You can go down this ladder to visit her. And I didn't do much decor for Poppy's house, but I gave her a little bicycle, and she's doing her laundry out here in front of her yard. So yeah, that is Poppy's house in Flurry. I just thought this was a super cute little area, especially with their houses kind of stacked like that. I guess that's a very common theme for this island in terms of the villager houses. But yeah, I just love that. And this is a little bridge that goes across this waterfall here, which I thought was super fun. But next, you kind of just wind through this little section over here. There's really no specific purpose to this section. I kind of just wanted to use a few of the mush items and make it feel very magical. So we got the glowing moss pond here. We got a few of the mush items. I used the red polka dot ones and some of the white ones. It just felt very, very fun to me. So yeah, that's like the last little build on the secret garden section of this island. So we're gonna head down these inclines back here, and it's gonna take us back to that courtyard. Oh, and we have Lily right here, but also up here to the left is the bridge that's behind the courtyard. It really doesn't take you anywhere, but you can stand here if you want to, or take pictures, whatever you want to do. But you go back down the incline and head back into the gate, and this leads you back to the courtyard. And that was just a big giant loop of my secret garden. So everyone, that is all for this island. That is all for Gardenia. I've shown you guys all the little spots, all the little details. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, definitely consider giving this video a thumbs up. It truly helps me out, and I would greatly appreciate the love on the video. But definitely let me know what was your favorite part of the island. I had so much fun building this. This was definitely like a comfort island for me, and I feel like this really showcases my growth as an island designer in the islands that I make and my decor style. So I feel like this is very fitting for my 10th completed island in Animal Crossing New Horizons. But yeah, I just adore this island so much. Definitely let me know if you visit. Definitely send me pictures if you end up taking any pictures on my Instagram. Definitely tag me over there. I'd love to see them. They always make my day. But yeah, that is all for Gardenia, and it is time to move on to a new island theme. As I promised in the beginning of the video, I'm going to be giving you a little sneak peek as to what my new island theme is. So yeah, let's take a sneak peek at the new island.